Welcome to creating your new course in Canvas. In this portion, we will be discussing the Rich Content Editor. Within your Canvas course, you will have access to the Rich Content Editor when you are editing announcements, pages, quizzes in certain instances, assignments, and more. It's an integral part of using Canvas. Let's look at the Rich Content Editor here on our homepage. To access, I need to use the Edit button. My Rich Content Editor provides me a number of tools. Many are familiar, such as cut, copy, paste. We do have the ability with the Rich Content Editor to view our work in full screen. It is important to note that this makes the screen the entire Canvas area. To get out of this full screen view, use the Escape button on your keyboard. From the Rich Content Editor, we also have access to the HTML editor for those that need it and are comfortable. You have the ability to insert any number of items, to format your text, to provide you with a word count or use external tools, or to help you build a table. All of the items available in these menus, with the exception of the horizontal line, are also available as visual buttons here on the navigation bar. Within your page, you have the ability to work with the text in a way that makes the most sense. For example, I can use my keyboard to remove that text and add an introductory message to students. If I want to include a video, I have the ability to do so. Using the plug icon, I select the drop-down and I choose View All. If you don't see options in this list at this time, that is expected. This list is adaptive based on what tools you use. From here, I can add a Kaltura video, a Google item from my drive, such as slides or a document. I have the same access to things on my Office 365 drive. I can embed a voice thread or YouTube video. I can input a search criteria or a link directly to the specific YouTube video that I want to embed. Once I've located my video, I can choose to embed it, or I can choose whether I want to have it be small, medium, or large by using the drop-down arrow. Embedding Kaltura videos would work the same way. So if you have an introductory video you'd like to put on your homepage for students to see, you could do that the same way by choosing the video and deciding if you wanted to have it be small, medium, or large within the page, or simply hitting select. Other options include, again, our typical font formatting. It's important to note that you do have access to use a heading structure. This helps students with learning disabilities and those that are skimming through content and trying to get all the information quickly to identify those main ideas within the page. Rather than using font adjustments to designate where headings are, you should use the heading structure provided. You also have the ability to embed both internal and external links. If I wanted to provide students a link, I can put the text that I want them to see, a description for the link, and from the link icon, choose the drop-down and select external links. I can then either paste in or type in the link to the external site that I want students to access. One handy feature is the ability to link within your course. So for example, if you wanted to remind students to get started by reading the syllabus, I can select the text I want as the description, and this time I'm going to choose course links instead of external. I'm then provided with an ability to link to any portion of my course. Because syllabus appears in my course navigation, I'm going to look under course navigation. And I can click on my syllabus. Note that it lights up yellow for a moment and then highlights blue. This is now a direct link to our syllabus for students. Let's see what that looks like. When I click on the syllabus, I am taken directly to my syllabus page. While we did have something similar with Blackboard, this does not need to be relinked every semester when you copy term to term, which is a nice time saver. Let's go back into edit mode and look at some other features. I do have, for math folks, the ability to embed mathematical equations, and there is an ability to embed directly LaTeX. So if you've got that, you can toggle this on and paste in that code. For those that are building, you have access to the major characters. If you have content from elsewhere that you need to add, such as where you've been provided an embed code, you can use the cloud icon to paste in that embed code and embed those items. To use any kind of images or documents within your page, you choose the image icon, and from the drop-down, you need to determine whether you need to upload a new image or you access something that you've already uploaded. Images that you've uploaded to your global files are available under User Images. For example, I can embed any number of these items that are available in my user files simply by clicking. The same is true for documents housed on our drive. I can upload the document, access any course documents that have already been added, or upload any documents that I have added to my files. One amazing tool that we have gained is the accessibility checker. You may have noticed that when I added this image, a small number 1 flag appeared on this icon of a person in a circle. This is the universal symbol for accessibility, and this accessibility checker is giving me a warning that I have an accessibility error. It's letting me know that the file name is currently the alt text for my image. Alt text is what a screen reader will provide to someone utilizing it in place of that image. Alt text is important the same way we would not just expect a blind student sitting in our class to read what's written on the board. Alt text is a way of giving that same information to students digitally. If an image is not necessary to your course and its content, if it is purely decorative, you do have the ability to mark it as decorative. Things such as banners and other bonus features, so to speak, can be marked as decorative. It is important to try to provide alt text where possible for those kind of images, just to help students get the same experience. For any content that is necessary for your course, you are required under Section 508 of the federal laws to make those items accessible by providing alt text. So do think very hard before you mark an image as decorative. Note that the accessibility checker is not going to catch every error that you make. It should be thought of like spell check. It's a polishing tool, not a complete check. It will not check items that are embedded within your page, such as these external links or this document. Again, we have access to the rich content editor from any of our assignments, announcements, pages, quizzes, discussions, and more. When we're all done and we're happy with how our content appears, do make sure you hit save and preview what your item looks like to students. Thank you for watching. For more information, please visit clt.odu.edu.